Okay, we are back for part 2 of how to make sure your throttle cap is spec for the Street League Sim Race. We've discovered that just because you've set a 75% cap in your radio, it does not mean that the sim is going to read exactly 75% throttle, because life can't be easy and everyone hates me. So on my radio, that just happens to be really, really close. But on other people's radios, that might not be the case. So there are a few things we can do to tune in this number. The spec is 0.751 to 0.749. So we can see I'm 0.7498. So I am within spec right now. I'm good to go. But let's say you were a little bit high. How are we going to adjust that? The easiest thing you can do is hit the trim switch on your radio. So if I hit trim switch up, you see 0.7513. That's out of spec, but if you were 0.7513 and you hit trim switch down and it puts you to 7498, you're good to go. Alright, so what do you do if you just can't get that number quite right with the trim switch? Maybe you have a tango, maybe your radio is just a little too out of calibration, it's not working out for you. How can you fix that? Alright, what we can do is we go back into OpenTX, model menu, page over to your outputs. I happen to know that my throttle channel is channel 3, so go into there, select, edit, and you're going to want to find your sub trim. I can select this sub trim and move it up or down, and watch what that does on the screen. As I move the sub trim down, this value goes down, and as I move the sub trim up, this value goes up. So for my radio, I can choose between 0.7498 and 0.7503. I'm going to choose 0.7503. I'm going to request that everyone does not turn it up as high as they can get while still being in spec. So please do not run 0.7508 if you're in my situation. That little bit of variance in the spec is because your gimbals might go out of spec during the race. So get as close to perfect as you can. And if you're choosing between the low one and the high one, feel free to go with the high one. And now with these two videos, we should be able to get everyone as close to that spec throttle cap as we possibly can at this time in DRL. Good luck, have fun everyone.